Hi, thank you, Dr. Cloud.
Yeah.
So, um, yeah, I guess I'll start off with my question.
Yeah.
So my husband struggles with pornography. It's something that started when he was um, younger. He had access to broadband before, Wi-Fi, like all that stuff before we did. Anyways, so
How? Wait. Let
um,
let, let me clarify a couple of things. How old is he?
he is 33.
33. Okay. And when you say he
Hmm.
struggles,
He's addicted to
how's he
it.
struggling? Sometimes when
Um,
people say he struggles with, what they mean is uh, he uses porn. Sometimes struggles
right.
means he uses porn and he's fighting against it and struggling with it, but he's having trouble in the struggle. So which one is it?
It's um I mean it's hard because I don't really know how often it is because he lies about it to me because it's not something he's proud of, and it's not that lying's okay, um but yeah, he goes periods of time where he's not looking at it, and he's being very diligent about putting up safeguards and reaching out. um he should he needs to reach out more, but like he goes through periods of
Reaching
times
out,
when he's
reaching out
to like
means what?
an accountability partner or somebody.
Oh, okay. So he's actually
So
got some things in place that are. He says I got a problem and I'm working on it.
yeah, because I've told him, I
That's
said,
good.
you need to stop this. Like, I'm not going to put up with this. I don't I don't want this in my life. Um
Okay.
so yeah, so we've been to counseling together. Like, it was like years ago, like 8 years ago was the first time we went to counseling.
Oh
And then
wow, you guys been
he was
together?
meeting with somebody. Yeah, it's been 11 years.
Yeah.
So, and
Okay.
I mean, honestly, yes, from the very beginning, he was, like, right in the beginning of our marriage, he was looking at it, and I had no idea. I was really naive. So, I'm not really sure how to go about this because I'm like done. I don't want it to come back again. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
And I
I
don't want it to
understand.
be affecting me anymore.
I understand. So how do you, when you talk to him about it, how do you, what does that conversation sound like?
Um, I guess it depends. Like, I might ask him, like, so how have you been doing with it? Especially if he hasn't been reaching out, because he doesn't like have a lot of close friends right now. But I'll ask him how he's been doing with it, and he'll be like, oh, I'm fine. I'm not really having the struggle, and he might tell me something as to why. Um, but he'll even say that if I found something. And then he might kind of like justify, oh, well, I was just on the computer looking up this and then something popped up or whatever, and he's good at hiding it. So if I find something, I have to just take that as like for real because I don't know what else is under the surface. You know what I mean?
Yeah, just
So,
it
and
sounds
he's,
like the way it's going now, you're kind of in kind of the policeman role.
yeah, and I don't like it.
Like, no, I wouldn't like that either, and it's not going to work. So one of the things that's got to shift in this um, is right now you care more about the problem than he does,
Right,
right? But
right,
you're not the one that can control the problem. So anytime in
right,
life when we care more about somebody doing something or stopping something than they do, then we're going to be in a control battle. We're going to be in a I'm the
right.
parent, you're the child, and they're going to resist and all the other crap that goes with that, right? So
Yeah.
so one of the things
And then there's
that's got to
resentment and bitterness towards me.
oh yeah, totally. So you said something a moment ago that I want you to focus on. I
Okay.
said, "How's the conversation go?" And you said, "Well, I tell him, you need to stop doing this." Right?
Right.
Well, that's not true.
Because I mean, if he wants our relationship to be what he
Oh,
wants it to
oh,
be,
oh,
he
oh,
can't.
no, whoa, 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 whoa. Now that's different.
Yeah.
Okay.
Sorry, I
See,
didn't
you
word it
just
right
made
the
a
first
shift.
time.
Well, it's not putting it right. It's getting a headspace right. Okay. Because we use
Mhm.
that phrase a lot when somebody's changing. You need to go do your homework, or you need to stop spending money, or you need, and basically, and here's what I want you to think about. When you say you need to stop using porn, that's just
Mhm.
patently not true. He feels no need to stop using it.
Yeah,
And
I
so,
mean, he's
hold on a second.
okay.
What we got to do is we've got to, and I talk about this in parenting a lot too, is
Mhm.
you've got to transfer the need to stop using porn from you feeling, you see, you need for him to stop. What we've
Mhm.
got to do is figure out a way where he feels the need to stop. He doesn't feel that right
Right.
now,
Right.
right? So then you
Mhm.
kind of switched into something that sounded very helpful. You said, well, he does if he wants the relationship to be A, B, C, or D, right?
Right.
So
Yeah.
I would want you to think about how to talk to him in this way. Something like that starts with, I would like to hear, honey, I'd like to hear, I'd like to hear your vision for our marriage. I'd like to know what you would like for it to be like. And I'd like to know how close you feel like it is to that right now. And I would want to pull out from him. See, we're trying to solve a problem, but we're trying to solve a problem against nothing. What are we trying to get
Right.
to? I would like for you guys to come up with a picture of what you want your relationship to look like. And see, he's going to say in there, I want to be close to you, or I want to have a great sex life, or I want us to be good parents, or whatever it is. And
Mhm.
you're going to hear all this, and then you're going to join that, right? And say, um, I want those things too. And then you're going to start talking about how do you think that what would it take for you, honey, for us to get there? And then you're starting to kind of hear from him. Well, what does he think needs to be changed? And then you come from your side and say, well, let me tell you what it would take from my side for us to get there. One of the things is I can't get there sharing you with porn. Okay? I can't get, so if you want me to be with you in the ways that you just described, then I can't share you with porn. So that's just an absolute no, I can't do that. See, now instead of trying to get him to stop, he's going to see, well, then I need to give that up if I'm going to have you. Do you see the difference in the flavor of that?
Yeah. It probably sounds a little bit more compassionate than how I've said it. Um,
Well,
but
I'm sure that's true because this is enraging, right? You want your
I'm
husband,
trying not
you
to.
go in and he's like, in fantasy land. But it's not only more compassionate, there's no control dynamic. That's the big issue. You're setting him
Yeah.
free. You're saying, you can have porn if you want to, but you can't have porn and me.
Yeah.
So
I've
you got to
I've
choose.
told him that. I told him that like even like a couple weeks ago. I was like I don't want to be attached to those like like other women, like through you. Um like I want separate, like that kind of thing. I'm not really describing it very well right now, but I told him that a couple weeks ago and I'm like, you can do what you want. Um that's fine, but I just can't like I just it's not something that I want. But I didn't really ask him like his vision for our marriage or anything.
Yeah,
Um
I
but
would
like
start
he'll
there,
tell
but
me
but I,
everything's fine, but it's
but I'd
not.
also be firm about the limit. I'd also be firm about the limit. And so what I would say is, and we probably need some way of knowing how I'm going to know. that, get some way of verifying this, and I don't really know how to do this. So why don't we go talk to a counselor together? Because this is my absolute limit. I can't be intimate with you. I can't be close to you as long as I'm sharing you with pornography. And you just have a clear limit about that. Now here's the other thing, and then I got to go to some other callers. Um,
Okay.
One of the big problems here is right now, I think he sees the biggest problem with porn is you. If you didn't have a problem with this, it wouldn't be a problem. I bet that's what's in his head, right?
Yeah. I mean, he might
What
say otherwise because he does want to be close to God, but you know how I don't think that's exactly how it works, right?
Well, but he doesn't see it as destructive. See, whenever God
Okay.
has his rules, why do I have rules for my kids? When I tell them, uh, Olivia, come to a complete stop at the, when you are driving the car. It it's not so much that if you don't come to a complete stop, we're not going to be close or something like that. You're going to get hit, right? So right now, he doesn't understand the destructiveness to his soul that this is doing and the destructiveness to his marriage. And so to do that, what I'm suggesting is he probably needs to get into some sort of a setting with other men or, like an essay group or, call New Life and find out about their Every Man's Battle workshops. I would go inquire about that because he'd meet other men that have the same problem.
Or have
And
him inquire, like,
exactly, say I want you to find out about, because right now it's like somebody telling somebody to stop smoking, because I don't like smoke, but they don't really have a good understanding of that's going to kill them. So anyway, I'd affirm the limits. I'd transfer the need to him. I would do it with a clear choice, but I would also get some people or counselor involved to let you know that. But all of this in light of a vision for your marriage, and see if that takes it to a different kind of conversation. Okay, I got to run. Sorry about your pain, but I think if he's struggling with it, then that says there's something in him that wants it to be better. And I think if he can get in a setting, with a good spiritual mentor or somebody helps him understand, then, obviously this problem can be overcome. Okay, tough things. We talked about negotiation earlier. Um, if we have more time, we can talk about really what a negotiation looks like in that scenario, because really that's what you're doing. You're negotiating with a spouse that you want certain things in your relationship. You want closeness, you want deep empathy, you want connection, but you have some other things that have to be satisfied in order for that to occur. You got some certain parameters, right? Some certain, you know, qualifications. And then if you start listening to the other side, instead of judging it, I would like to hear, so when do you use it? When do you find you need to use the board? Well, what's going on at that moment? Well, maybe we just had a fight. Okay, well, what is it about I'm doing when we have a fight that makes it difficult for you to come talk to me instead of using porn to go hide from talking to me? Because if I'm making it hard for me to talk to, I don't want to do that. See, now we're negotiating into, if your porn use is in the service of avoiding conflict, and you go, makes you feel good because conflict makes you feel bad. I need to know how I can change to make it better for you to be able to talk to me. And in all of these scenarios, when we're listening to the other person and finding out, what problem can I be a part of helping solve for you so that you can solve my problem, which is I don't want to be with somebody who's using porn. And then we get working with each other to help solve each other's problems.